For the past 40 years, thousands of Detroit and suburban residents have come together for a Focus Hope event that draws attention to the organization's efforts to fight racism, poverty, and injustice. Eleanor's Walk for Hope features a 4-mile walk, and for the first time, runners will also participate this year. The event was renamed last year in honor of the organization's late co-founder, Eleanor. The walk takes place on Sunday, October 12th, and will feature entertainment, food, children's activities, and exhibit booths. The money raised will benefit Focus Hope's education, career training, food, and community development programs. I'm pleased to welcome from Focus Hope Bill Wenzel, who's the manager of the Volunteers and Community Outreach Department, along with Rashida Godot, the Director of Workforce Development and Education, and Letitia Ricks, who's a student in the Machinist Training Program. Thanks for joining us on American Black Journal.
Thank you.
Every time I have someone from Focus Hope on, I have to tell my Focus Hope story, which was that when I was a 12-year-old kid in 7th grade at U of D High, Eleanor Jositis came and talked to us about the responsibility we had as privileged young men, and that we, like everybody else there, were going to come work the food drive. So that was my baptism into the Focus Hope world.
And U of D is still involved.
And U of D is still very much involved. It's such a great organization with such a broad reach, and this walk, I feel like every year just sort of celebrates that whole spirit.
Absolutely. This is our 40th walk this year, and as you said, we renamed it after Eleanor Jositis because this is an event that she loved so much.
Yes.
Bringing people from all backgrounds, black, white, yellow, brown, and red, from Detroit and its suburbs to support our mission.
Yeah, and the number of, I don't know, for people who have not been, you see such a wonderful cross-section of this community at this walk. It's so diverse, and everyone's just really into it.
Absolutely, and it's a family event. We want people to bring their kids, bring the whole family, bring the whole neighborhood, because as you said, live entertainment, great food, and an opportunity to support a great cause.
Yeah. I know workforce development is one of the sort of core, I feel like, growing parts of Focus Hope, really trying to draw attention to the need in this community for job training.
Absolutely. We have been in existence with the workforce training since 1981. And the effort that we put forth to create the Machinist Training Institute, which is the first program, stemmed out of the inequalities that we saw in workforce development. And there were a lot of opportunities that minorities and underrepresented minorities in particular were not afforded as a result of not having access to the same kinds of training. So the workforce development work that we do at Focus Hope stemmed from that and has really grown to include not just the machinist training, but also information technologies. We've done a lot of partnerships, and our whole goal is to try to make sure that the underrepresented, underserved, and underprepared have access and opportunity to quality training that allows them to find opportunities in industries that are relevant to them.
Right, and you guys work with a lot of employers on the back end to make sure that people are not, going into training and then coming out on the other side and not finding opportunity.
Absolutely, and part of our commitment to that, all of our students are offered lifetime placement, and so that's just demonstrating our faith not only in their ability to get the work, but also in their ability to get on the job, do a good job, and be able to retain those kinds of jobs.
Right. And Letitia, you are a product of the Machinist Training Program. Tell me about where you are in the program and how you got involved.
My mother was a single mother, so I knew as a young child about Focus Hope. Also, my sister was a graduate in '99, so I came to Focus Hope in hopes that I would be just as successful as she was. Now, I just got finished with the 3-week Ready, Set, Go program, which is just a preparatory class, and now I'm in the actual machining training class, so it's going great.
Yeah. And what do you hope to do?
Hopefully, upon graduation, I'll be entering into the engineering program that Focus Hope have, and probably get a job into the automotive industry.
Right. And that's really the story that I hear over and over again out of Focus Hope. People like this finding opportunity where they wouldn't find it otherwise.
Absolutely, and to just show you how we've helped change the culture of industry locally, when Focus Hope started the Machinist Training Institute, they interviewed all 487 machine shops in Southeast Michigan, and all but 2 of them had never hired an African American or a woman.
Is that
Yep.
right?
And
Really?
now we've placed thousands over the years.
Right. And what's the reason for that? I mean, obviously, the region's historic racial barriers and things like that play a role, but there's got to be some other explanation too as to why no one had found opportunity at that point. Is it people not knowing or not feeling like they could do it?
I think it's a combination of that.
Yeah.
And even now, even today, there are some folks who don't believe that the population that we serve has the mental capability to do the work. And so we spend a lot of time taking people where they are, helping them not just recognize that they have the potential, because sometimes the person themselves doesn't believe that they are in a position to do something more than what they've accomplished in the past.
Yeah.
So it's really about changing the mindset of a lot of people, not just the student, but also the employers, and helping them understand that they have the ability, and in many cases they have not had the opportunity or the services and support that they need in order to get those opportunities. Right. So that's what we commit ourselves to, making sure they're academically prepared, socially prepared, professionally prepared, and also providing a series of barrier mitigations to help them kind of overcome some of those obstacles that have stopped them in the past.
Right, right. What are you seeing in terms of the population that you're serving, in terms of how prepared they are by the schools they were in? That's a running theme here in Detroit my whole life. It seems like we've really struggled to maintain an adequate, a free and adequate public education like the Constitution says we're supposed to have.
I'll answer that this way. Probably about 30 to 40% of the population that comes through our doors, we assess all of them. And about 30 to 40% of them are testing below the minimum level that they need in order to get into our training program. So we generally start at a 9th grade level. We require that you have a high school diploma or GED, so that assumes that you have a certain level of knowledge from high school. That population, that's the 30 or 40%, are testing at 4th and 5th grade levels in math and reading. And they have a diploma that says they graduated from high school. So that's why we initiated the program, Ready, Set, Go, formerly known as Fast Track. It's all about academic enrichment, because instead of leaving that gap, we wanted to provide opportunities for them to increase their skill level in math and reading, or computers or communication, so that they can get into a training program or even have entry-level opportunities.
Right, right.
Yep.
So you're doing some of the work
meeting them where they are.
should have been done probably when they were in.
You said that, though.
I said that.
Yes.
I can't say that.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
I would also imagine that right now in Detroit, you guys are seeing, I mean, this is a pretty tough time in the city. And it's a city that where I feel like tough times are the price of admission, because it's always like this.
Right.
But that it's particularly troubling right now. I mean, you've got to be seeing that there's more of a need for opportunity than even there used to be.
There is a great need, but what's so inspiring is that there's so many people that are willing to help and support us. You know, last year we had more than 250,000 of volunteer hours donated to Focus Hope.
Wow.
And we have great supporters like Plastic Omnium, who's the presenting sponsor of our walk. So people all over Metro Detroit are supporting us during these tough times.
Right, right. And are you seeing the demand for your services go up? I know that when I talk to other food banks in the area, they're stretched absolutely thin.
Yeah, I think that we've definitely seen that impact, and some of the other things that we've incorporated, like having DTE Energy on site and providing other types of services that the population that we serve wouldn't normally have access to. Even through our training programs, we've seen an increase in the number of students who have come in who are homeless or who need types of supportive services. So we have DHS on our campus to try to help, again, mitigate some of those barriers that they've had in the past, and help meet some of those kind of growing needs that we've seen in the last few years.
Yeah. Letitia, what do you imagine you might be doing if not for Focus Hope?
I don't know what I would have done. Focus Hope has saved me so much, tremendously. The amount of help that they give you is above and beyond what I expected. So I'm just so grateful to be a part of such a phenomenal organization.
Yeah. Talk to me about some of that help. What was it that they were able to do?
Well, initially when I came in to Focus Hope, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. You know, I had to drag myself in there. So they kind of took me in, embraced me, and refocused me. So, and that's exactly what I needed for my life. So, they help you a lot one-on-one. Teachers are great. If you're lacking on anything, they are willing to stay after school and help you. So I think that's amazing as well.
Yeah.
They help you financially. They help you with clothes. They just they have a tremendous amount
It's
of
a
help.
real wraparound.
Yes,
Right? It's
yes.
not just
It's
the
amazing.
training.
It's amazing, and it changed lives. Trust me,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. Well, anyone can come down to the walk.
Absolutely.
And participate
Today.
and be part of this organization. And you can always volunteer.
Absolutely.
To work at,
Absolutely. And
at Focus Hope.
and support
And
all
you
of our
need
programs.
volunteers
Yes.
all the time.
October 12th.
October 12th. All right, we will see you guys there. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.